Hello and welcome to Aston Villa Fan Club. Jack Grealish has proved to be one of, if not the best player that's ever played for Villa. Today we're taking a look back at his debut, a 4-0 thrashing away at Manchester City. Let's have a look at the starting 11 and see what happened after this game and where they are now. Let's get into it.
Brad Guzan, Atlanta United. Brad Guzan was a strange keeper. Some games he looked like the second coming of Brad Friedel, but other times we'd have been better off with his tree stumped between the sticks. After the 4-0 thrupping, he played 57 games for us, conceding an average of 2 goals a game at 114 and only keeping 13 clean sheets. He then left after being a huge part in our relegation, going to newly promoted Middlesbrough for 2.7 million, where he played 14, conceded 23 and conceded 4 clean sheets. Then, still in denial that his level was the Championship, he left for Atlanta United for around £1 million. In his home country, he's played 103 games, conceding 113 and kept 42 clean sheets, winning the US Open Cup and the MLS Cup. After Jack's debut, he's earned 38 caps for the US, donning the captain's armband 7 times. Matt Loughton, Burnley. I always liked Loughton. From brilliant crosses from the halfway line to stunning volleys, watching him as a kid was always brilliant, and I was so miffed when we got rid of him. After this game, he only made 14 senior appearances for us, registering an assist, and a game in the Under-21s Premier League. He then went to Burnley for 1.2 million, where he's made 132 appearances, scoring once and registering 10 assists, and even playing twice in Europe. He's still there. Ron Vlaar, AZ Alkmaar. What a player, what a centre-half, what a leader, what a captain. Ron Vlaar was a wonderful player for us, solid at the back, brave, strong. We didn't call him Ron Creep for no reason. What a player. After this game, he captained us for the final game of the season, and in the summer he played 7 games for the Dutch national team as they placed 3rd in the 2014 World Cup. In the 14-15 season he only played 23 games as he was played by injury, and after 3 injuries he was stripped of the captaincy before being stupidly released by Tim Sherwood. He signed on a free transfer for AZ Alkmaar that summer, where he's played 120 games, 21 of them being in European competitions. Nathan Baker, Bristol City. The Worcester Maldini was immense. He couldn't pass Shaw, but what a defender in the Championship. In the season after the game, he was plagued by injury just like our Dutch Rock, and only played 14 games, including a game for the Under-21s and a game against Liverpool in the Cup semi-final, in which he was brought off injured. Next season he impressed at Ashton Gate on loan, playing 38 games. However, his performances for the Robins and his formidable partnership with Chelsea the year after were not enough for Brucey to keep him in Rome, as he returned to the south of England for just £4 million, where he remains to this day. Kieran Clark, Newcastle United. At times he was great, solid, a decent passer, dangerous from set pieces, cool on the ball. At other times, well, he was about as useless as pedals on a wheelchair. After the battering, he made 52 appearances for us before leaving for Newcastle United for £5 million, after playing 18 in our worst ever season. He then played a large part in the promotion of the Northern side, and he's played 53 games since, scoring 7 times. Ryan Bertrand, Southampton. As I touched on in the loans video, Bertrand was a very solid fullback, yet, like most youngsters, lacked a bit of composure. After his loan spell, he was sold by Chelsea to Southampton. He's played just shy of 200 games for the Southerners, scored 18 and assisted 19. Very good attacking fullback. Karim El Ahmadi, Al Ittihad. Introducing himself to us with a wonder goal in a 3-1 loss at home to Everton, the rest of his spell at Villa Park wasn't as fruitful. After Jack's debut, he was sold to Feyenoord for £2.5 million, where he's played 155 games, including 13 in the Europa League and 4 in the Champions League, scoring 13 and assisting 10 in the process, even winning the Netherlands Player of the Year award in 2017 along with an Eredivisie title, 2 Dutch Cups and a Dutch Super Cup. He then gave up any chances of another European title in return for cash and sun at the Saudi Arabian side Al Ittihad. He's made almost 50 appearances for him. Ashley Westwood, Burnley. Always liked Ash. Decent tidy little player and he cared about the club, and he always had a screamer in him. After Jack came on the way at the Etihad, he played 96 games, unfairly becoming a scapegoat as we got relegated, then playing 23 games in the Championship before signing for Burnley for £5 million. He's just surpassed 100 games for Dyche's side where he's contributed to 18 goals. Decent player. Fabian Delph, Everton. After this, he was essential to our cup run, stole the captaincy from Ron Vlaar and pledged his loyalty to us. No idea what happened after that, if I'm honest, I can't recall. Jordan Bowery, Milton Keynes Dons. A flop, Jordan Bowery was awful for us signing from Chesterfield. After this game he joined Rotherham for £270,000, a lot of money on Ultimate Team, not so much in real life. He's since become a lower league journeyman, making 4 free transfers in 5 years, going from Rotherham to Oxford to Leyton Orient to Crewe and finally to MK Dons. Terrible. Andy Varman, Bristol City. My former favourite player and a man who I believe was extremely underrated, playing just over 100 games and contributing to 27 goals, playing as a winger or number 10 from the age of 18 to 23. Not to mention a brilliant work rate. He only made 31 appearances for us this season after this, moving to Derby for £3 million but not settling. Another unsettling season followed, but in the West Midlands again with Wolverhampton Wanderers, where he played 21 games on loan and then played 43 for Derby the season after. He's now at Bristol City where he's played 85, scored 18 and assisted 6. What a player.